3.
Good morning, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Kathy again with Miss Megan to help us do a story class today. Our storybook today is called The Way Back Home by Oliver Jeffries. And I'm not really sure. What do you think this might be about? I see a spaceship. I see either some astronauts or some aliens. I see the airplane. So actually, maybe you know what? This is a pilot, and this might be our astronaut or alien. Let's find out what happens in this story called The Way Back Home. Okay, let's get the pages opened up here. Oops. Okay. Once there was a boy. There's a boy. He's pulling a boat. And one day, as he was putting his things back in the closet, he found an airplane. Well, sometimes our things get lost in our closets and our toy boxes, don't they? He didn't remember leaving it in there, but he thought he'd take it out for a go right away. And there he is. He's putting on his jacket and his scarf and his helmet. And he's climbing into his plane. The plane lifted off the ground and up, 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 up into the sky. Higher and higher and higher. Suddenly, the plane sputtered. It had run out of fuel. Oh no, what happens if a plane runs out of fuel? It might fall to the ground. Well, now the boy was stuck, and he was stuck on the moon. What was he to do? Can you see that? Sitting on the moon? He was all alone, and he was afraid. Soon, his flashlight began to go out. Oh my, that would be rather scary. Meanwhile, up in space, someone else was in trouble too. His engine had broken down, and steering the ship toward a flicker of light, he landed on the moon with a bump. And look at that. It is a spaceship with someone in it. The boy heard noises. The Martian heard noises. Both feared the worst. But as their eyes got used to the dark, both the boy and the Martian realized they'd met someone else in trouble. They weren't alone anymore. The boy showed the Martian his empty fuel tank, and the Martian showed the boy his broken engine. And they talked and they discussed things. They thought of ways to fix their machines and get them both back home. You notice how Mrs. Kathy turns her pages? I don't turn my pages from down here because if I do, it might rip the page. So I always turn my pages from the corner if I can. As the earth was nearest, the boy went first. Down he jumped right into the sea and swam toward home. But by the time he got there, the boy was tired out, so he sat in his favorite chair just to catch his breath. His favorite program was just starting, and he settled down to watch. And now, here's the Martian, and he's all alone. I wonder what he's going to do. Suddenly, he remembered what he should be doing. He rushed off to the closet to get what he needed. He ran outside and he shouted, but there was no reply. He couldn't be heard. The boy climbed to higher ground. He called again and he waited and waited. This time, a rope was lowered. The boy began to climb and the Martian began to pull. And soon, the boy was back on the moon. And what's he carrying with him? What does he have? He has a backpack, I see. Let's find out if he brought anything in his backpack. He did. The boy fixed up the Martian ship with a couple of rubber bands and a wrench. and while the Martian filled the boys' fuel tank. They said goodbye, and they thanked each other for their help, and they wondered if they'd ever meet again. After a long and tiring night, they were both finally off the moon. The boy went one way, and the Martian went another, both on their way back home. Whoops, let me see. I'm having a hard time turning that page. Okay. And there they are. Look at this. He's home, and he gets a package, and in the package is a walkie-talkie. He opens it up, and it says, "Hello? Hello?" I wonder who sent him that walkie-talkie. Well, Mrs. Kathy has to stand up for this activity. This is a little rhyme called "I'm a Little Airplane." And it goes like this. I'm going to say it once for you and show you what to do with your arms and your hands, and then you're going to get to do it with me all together. So are we ready? It's called "I'm a Little Airplane." I'm a little airplane way up high, and you're going to put your hands up here and look way, way up high with my great big silver wings. Like this. Watch me fly, and you're going to fly. When the pilot tells me, I'll come down, swooping and gliding to the ground. And if I go all the way to the ground, I might not be able to get back up. So here we go. Let's see if you could do it with me this time. I'm going to put my paper down so you can get the full effect. Are you ready? I'm a little airplane way up high. With my great big silver wings, watch me fly. When the pilot tells me, I'll come down, swooping and gliding to the ground. Thank you, boys and girls. Miss Megan will be with you shortly to show you her experiment. And, oh, I think you're not doing an experiment today. I think you're going to be building something today. So have a good day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
It's Miss Megan, and we're going to do a little activity, and then I'll show you something else that I put in the craft bags for you guys, and then we're going to be moving outside to do another experiment because Miss Megan can't blow things up in the library, and there just may be a little explosion. So here we go. So this is our activity, air, water, or land, and it says, below are different forms of transportation. Write air in the picture if the picture is air transportation. Write water if the picture is water transportation. And write land if the picture is land transportation. Now, transportation is a big, big word. So it means getting from one place to another. So say you're at home and you come to the library. You're in transportation is the car. So we're going to take a look. What's this first picture? Yep, a helicopter. So does a helicopter travel on land? No, I don't think so. Does it travel in water? Nope. How about air? Yeah, air is in the sky. So we're going to go ahead and write air in that box. Next picture is a boat. And it looks like a little steamboat or tugboat. So does a boat travel in the air? No. Does the boat travel in water? I think so. Or does it travel in land? No, it can't travel in land. So we're going to go ahead and write water. Excuse Miss Megan writing upside down. Okay, so there's water. And now here's something we should all recognize, a car. And it says a taxi on top. So it's a car that takes people to and from certain places. So does a taxi travel in the air? No, it can't fly. Does a taxi travel on water? No, a car can't float. Then it must travel on land. Yep, a taxi drives on land. So there's our land. And next, oh, you guys should know this. It's a bicycle. How many of you have enjoyed riding your bicycle the last couple days? So does a bicycle, does it fly? Nope, so it can't be in the air. Does a bicycle float? No, it can't be in the water. So it must, again, be on land. Okay, so there's our land. And then down here, it looks like another boat. but I think this is a speedboat. So up here, we said our steamboat. Does it go in the air? Nope. Does it go on water? I think so. Or could we put our speedboat on land? I don't think it would go very far if we had it on land. So we're going to go ahead and put water. Okay, and then last is we just read a story about that not too long ago, and it's an airplane. So does an airplane, does it go on land? No. Does it float in water? I don't think so. Does it fly in the air? Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and put air on that one too. Okay, so how many different forms of transportation did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kinds. Think of some other ones maybe. How about trains, buses? We love to ride on buses, right? So those are all our different kinds of transportation.
Hey, what's up?
Second again, now we're outside. I just wanted to show you. Last week we had these little brown bags on the back and front porch. We're doing that again. We have a craft in here. We have a white balloon from another experiment we did. And we also have these 2 paper airplane templates you guys can take home and put together at home. I will be posting the link for instructions on this post as well, just so you know how to properly do it. So that's what I wanted to go over with you first. Okay, now I'm going to set this down and we're going to do a little experiment. So this is something I did over the summer a little bit, and it's called rocket art. And since we were just reading stories about an airplane, I thought it would be an appropriate thing. So all you need is a little canister like this. And I went ahead and I put some paint in it. So I have a little bit of purple paint. And then you're going to add some water. Not a lot, because you never know. And then you're just going to take some Alka-Seltzer tablets, and depends on how big of a reaction you're trying to get. So I'm going to go ahead and just try it with one first. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead, drop that in there, get that sealed, step back, and see what happens. And then it does a little explosion for you. So that's our little rocket science for today, guys. Hope you enjoy. We'll see you later.